Welcome to I'm Loving Life podcast with A&T Mechanical, Heat and Air Plumbing, and Generex. We have Tim, but we have a lead generator, master networking, Gerardo. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's kind of nice.
Shy?
To say master.
You ready?
I am a little shy, but
no, you're not. We're just gonna have a conversation.
It's all right.
So, what's good about Gerardo? He does more than just one thing. He's a very big entrepreneur. I think you advertise pretty well. Your Facebook and that kind of stuff is, I don't know how much you're trending, but it is trending. When I see it, I'm like, dang, that was a good idea.
He's doing the blog. You're doing the blog style right now. So I like vlog style stuff for sure.
Okay, I don't know the difference. Vlog or blog?
Blog, video.
What's the difference?
Video. Blog is writing. Video is video.
Oh, because like you used to go like to the gym and now you're back in it.
yeah.
What do you like to vlog? Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, it's vlogging. GoPro.
Yeah.
You know?
So basically, exactly. I have a GoPro. It can go landscape or what is
portrait.
it? Yeah, portrait mode. So I choose it to be the right side up one because that's pretty much what's most common right now.
Right.
And I just track what I do every day, and I talk about. I've been doing a lot more business talking on those videos, and it's the business talks like just talking about what I'm doing on a daily basis is what's going. It's what's doing the best right now. To be honest. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, but it's fun. It helps me do like media marketing stuff without even thinking about it for the business.
Is it hard to like put that in your mind? Hey, I need to do this today, or do you already know? Like, hey, from this time, I'm going to do it, and then I'll do the editing and stuff.
Yeah,
on the back end.
Good question. When I started, I wanted to do it like a daily vlog thing because that's kind of what I was attracted to myself,
Right.
watching on YouTube, like the guys doing it every day, but that became overwhelming too very fast.
Especially if you don't have help with the back end part of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it was like it takes a while to edit it, especially when it's the longer videos because I have a couple like 40-minute long videos and those did really well like on YouTube, but not on Facebook and Instagram, which is where my target audience is.
Right.
That's where I have most I market towards real estate agents. So
Let's go into what you do so we can at least say that before we go into the details of why you do it.
Yep. So I do home inspections, commercial building inspections, and termite treatments. That's really my specialty.
A one-stop shop.
Yeah.
So he always had a good saying when they went over to Gold Star. Is that right? Gold Star is like, if I mess up, we'll buy the house back, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we do have what's called a buyback guarantee. People really like hearing it, especially clients, but haven't had to use it yet.
Because he's the best. He's the best.
Yeah, we've done over 3,000 inspections since we started. Basically, if we miss something major that we should have caught the day of the inspection, we pay an insurance fee for every inspection that we do. That insurance will buy the home back at the full price that the client paid for it. So,
isn't that insane?
Yeah,
that make me feel more comfortable. That make me, because that's a big stress point for buyers. It's like, but what if this is the case, and then you'd have that guarantee, like, man. Because there's been situations that people are like, well, why didn't they catch that sewer line? Well,
which is something that we're changing with our packaging. When we first started, we had 3 different packages where you could do just a home inspection, and that was our basic package. The next package was a home and termite inspection. We called that our Pro, and then we have our Supreme, which is a home, termite, and sewer scope, and a couple other things as well. I talked to a couple business mentors and they recommended making it simpler.
Right.
Because I hated when people would pick the basic, to be honest. It was a numbers thing. And also, I don't like not doing a termite inspection or like writing it down because I do have that licensing now.
Right.
So it just it doesn't make sense to go there and it not be going on. But basically, that's the reason why I got rid of the basic. So now I have right this moment the Pro and the Supreme option, but I'm going to completely get rid of the Pro package because I can see when people try and just save money by not picking the other option. And it's not even, at this point, it's not even a numbers thing for me. I just feel bad not doing the right inspection.
I agree.
Because people don't pick a sewer scope because it's $100 extra, which is really cheap, to be honest. I mean, you guys know.
Yeah, we do it.
Yeah, sewer scopes. I mean, to make it worth your time, you have to charge at least $250, $300 to go out for one trip.
Right.
But we include it there, and people miss out on it. I've had calls where people are like, "Hey, my sewer line's backing up."
Right.
And I was like, yeah, you didn't pick the sewer scope. I couldn't see, sometimes the owners know what's going on and they'll clean it out the day before the inspection.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to, but it happens.
Yeah.
And
No one's going to be.
Red flag. Well, I remember one that you sent me, actually. It was a guy that was mowing his backyard, and he saw tissue paper in the grass over a spot. And it was one that he declined the sewer scope.
Right.
And it's like, okay, now this sucks.
So what's crazy is, like, when I bought my house, and I think I did the sewer scope. I don't remember. No, I did the sewer scope. But when the guy came out to do the sewer scope, they left the cap off. And there was toilet paper all over it before we scoped it. And we scoped it, and there was some stuff in there, and they fixed it. But reality is like, they just left it off, hoping that I wouldn't. I mean, I didn't have to, get it scoped. I could have just went through that next step, but that's so crucial. In that line, I mean, the sewer's a big deal. It's not like it's like you just fix a piece and go on. It's like,
and that's not a general standard for inspectors, right? Which is something I'm trying to change. So I'm just getting rid of the first two options. It's just going to be just the Supreme now. So it's the home, the termite, the sewer, and an infrared scan, just to make sure that we're taking care of everybody.
So what's an infrared scan do?
An infrared scan, do you guys use that in your...
We do it for HVAC stuff.
Yeah.
So like hot and cold spots.
Yeah. So basically it's like a camera that has you point it against the wall and it tells you temperature differentials and basically we read those differentials to test to see if there might be like a water leak coming from the second floor of the house, or there might be stuff hidden behind the windows that you can't see visually, So,
do you know what color cold is on the infrared
It's
thing?
not blue. It's white. Is it white? Gray?
Depends.
The one we have is black.
Yeah, the colder it is, the darker the color.
Really?
Yeah. So you'll see a black line when there's a cold water in the wall, or the red is the heat.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Which is tip if you're trying to find that for some reason. If you put on the hot water and you think there's a leak, it's way easier to see hot water than it is cold water on an infrared camera.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, what do you call that? It's really important whenever it comes to flips too, right? Especially if you have someone that's maybe not doing everything top of line and they're just hiding stuff in the walls.
Yeah.
Like that can be an issue.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because I know I've had to turn down investor type. I'm not saying all investors are bad or anything like that. I'm just saying there are people out there that are in the investing side that do flips, that cover stuff up, slap paint on it, and then flip it.
Yep.
Well, that's what the inspectors going out
But
there
they
to
make
do.
it really hard. Like
They do.
to find it.
Yeah, sometimes they're really, really good. And, unfortunately, things do go unseen sometimes. Like, I have done, nobody's perfect. I have done an inspection before where I get a call. It was a flip. Exactly what you're saying. New drywall everywhere, new exterior siding. Couldn't see anything. Under the crawl space, everything. They had replaced pretty much all of the sill plates and everything. But got a call down the line like 2 months. The client was doing some work to the house. They drilled a hole on the exterior siding, and behind it there was termites everywhere.
Oh man!
So they hit it, and unfortunately that was something we couldn't see because you can't see termites with an infrared camera.
And they opted out for the termite inspection?
No, they got the termite inspection.
Okay.
But it was because they covered everything. They made sure it was clean. Like we found a couple things in the inspection, but that didn't come up because as inspectors you can't poke holes in walls unless you think there's something there. And everything was new windows, everything. But there was one side of the house that was just eaten up with termites. And unfortunately, that does happen sometimes, and you can't necessarily catch it. But
insurance?
So went back because the owners knew about it and they hit it. And it was during.
It should have been in their disclosures, right?
Exactly. Yeah, they should have disclosed
so
it.
they can get sued for that.
Yeah,
Because I was
that's what
talking, Matthew Strayer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was talking to him about the same thing because he was talking about how he went through the process and they didn't put it on the disclosures, and then they end up suing them.
Yeah.
And so
and they know. I promise you, like the walls look pristine and clean, like they were in here. And it was.
Well, thanks. We covered it up.
But no, like new trim, everything. It was just impossible to see it, to be honest. So sometimes that's only been once out of the 3,000 plus inspections we've done. I think that's a good numbers. But it can happen. Normally we find termites and whatnot, but we've done a lot of termite inspections after. An inspector before and we found termites. Yeah. And that can cause an issue with the listing agent and whatnot sometimes. But no, it's something that we're really good at doing, to be honest. Yeah.
So you have how many on your crew now?
So on the inspection side, we have 3 inspectors total. On the pest control side, we have 3 total as well. So yeah, we're split. Yeah, we're growing up. Yeah, and right now I'm looking to hire an office person, someone to help with phone calls and scheduling and a couple other things. A bilingual one, if anyone's listening.
Right.
And also looking to get another inspector on the team too, a home inspector. So yeah.
So what's your vision? Because you're an entrepreneur. I know you have a vision going.
For sure.
What's the next 2 years look like for you?
2 years? So my goal in 2 years, I would say to probably have at least like 20 to 25 inspectors on the team is my goal.
All right.
And then, because my end goal, I want to have like 100 plus guys, covering the entire state.
That'd be the biggest inspector crew, huh?
Yeah.
At that point. Because isn't Redbud the biggest one right now? Like at 10?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't know.
10's the most that I heard of when it comes to inspectors. So.
Yeah.
But he's trying to go all over the state now.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
State and ideally neighboring states once we get past 25 50. Because Kansas is pretty easy to get into, but that's down the line once I build the systems and everything. So right now I'm really focusing on putting the systems in place, like the training systems, which I've gone pretty much down to a science at this point. Thankfully, Raul, my other inspector, has helped a lot with that. But also the most important part, which is going to be the hiring process and finding the right people that we need to hire for the right positions. Because, with growing, we're going to have to grow our current inspectors to like supervisors and managers and all that. So,
and you're showing them a vision to go there, and that's really cool.
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't let people know. Like for our vision, like we're not going to stop growing. Like I said, one day we'll have electricians and whatever else we need to be able to keep growing. Because if you stop growing, you're going to die.
Have you capped out HVAC though?
No. We're going to keep growing HVAC because there's so much residential commercial. So right now we're probably residential 70-30, commercials 30. So it'd be nice commercial to be about 50-50 with the resident. But with my dad's legacy of 45 years, like that's what keeps the business running, because of that referral group that's been there.
Good.
And we keep that customer service relationship to that level. I mean, we just hit 1,000
Google reviews,
5-star. So that was a good landmark today.
Happened today.
Yeah.
Congrats.
But I'm just saying, but like that takes a while. You probably have, because you did 3,000 homes, you should make sure you ask every time, because we just started it.
2 years ago, we were at 400.
Yeah, that's a lot. So, that's good growth.
Yeah,
nice.
So it's a good amount.
Yeah. One thing that I like to tell people in regards to Google reviews, like this time last year, literally the end of May last year, I was sitting at like 60, 70 reviews. And when I sit down with like other agents and like talk to them one-on-one, I always tell them this because it was game changer for me. I know it can be a game changer for other people. All you need to do is ask people for it, right?
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Put it on your emails, not as the main topic or like in the actual email, but always put it on the PS statement. Because think about it, when you open up an email, you look at the title, you kind of like skim through the email, and then you'll look at the PS statement if it's big enough, more than likely, right? Especially if it's short and concise. So that's what I've been doing for all my clients. We were at 60, 70 at this point last year. Now I'm like, I just hit over 250.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And that's 1 year and just asking, right?
Right.
So that's something that's definitely made a big difference for my
Is it mainly
business.
the homeowners that leave you the reviews, or is it the realtors?
The buyers, the our
buyers.
clients,
Okay.
like the new homeowners, like you're saying, and then whoever we do the
You were doing something really cool. Is like he's taking a picture of him with the clients and posting that. I thought that was like so brilliant. I was like, this man's got it. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, which I'm going to start doing more. I stopped a little bit because I wasn't getting a whole bunch of engagement on it.
Right.
But I was able to like recycle that content and put it onto like my Google profile, which has helped a lot. I've had people comment on that when they're calling me and whatnot. So
it just makes you more relatable. Like you're not trying just to do this job and get done. It's like, hey, I'm doing it for XYZ, and that's why I'm really embracing these people because they had a good experience. And I think it's a smart business model. I mean, it's really awesome.
It's like a sales tactic, like there's people that say, hey, take this coupon and put me in a group chat with your friend. It's kind of like that, but it's more personal. You're taking a photo. It's like a review pretty much, and they're like, oh yeah, like you said, I know that person, he must be a good inspector. I'm willing to take a picture with him. So
it's been amazing for me to just watch Gerardo, because like I met him I think 3 years ago now. 3 years ago.
I was thinking about that.
I remember that I went to an inspection that you guys had. It was with Gabriela Chavez. And you popped with the drone. I know you did that, but it was what stuck with me was him and Raul were still driving their Nissan Murano and had the ladder on top.
He's going for it.
Had the little magnet sticker, and the last time we were over at his shop, now he has a building, and then he's got his Nissan Titans now. Like, that growth that kind of happens just in time frame is like awesome to watch.
Thank you.
You just like kept going and kept going. So
see, he actually sprayed my house with lining, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I sure did.
Before he started doing
really?
all the inspection.
Because you were with Thunderducks, right?
Yeah, I was with Thunderducks for a little while. Yeah, for like 2 years.
He sprayed, and then he went on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, what got me into inspections was working with them.
Yeah,
I saw they'd get a lot of referrals from real estate agents, and I saw the reports, and I was like, "What the heck is this? Where did this come from?" And, I just saw there was a niche I could fill, which was a bilingual inspector.
Yeah,
and I just kind of ran with it, like you said, and I figured out other ways to kind of separate myself, which was getting the termite stuff going. And then I had a lot of experience using cameras working with under ducts. Yeah. So it's pretty much same thing as a drain line, the air ducts under the house. So that just kind of went easy for me. I was able to get the equipment that I needed. So,
and you went to school instead of like apprenticing somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There really isn't like an apprentice program here or anything like that, which I'm trying to like kind of set a standard for inspectors.
Home inspectors?
Yeah, which is something I'm kind of trying to set a standard for with my business. Because my product is my inspector, and then obviously the report and stuff, but that person is going to be the person doing the actual job, finding the defects, but more importantly, communicating with the client.
Right.
And so, I mean, you can do a really good inspection. You can be the best inspector in the U.S., but if you don't know how to communicate your inspection properly, there's no point.
Plus, the big thing is to having that relationship with the realtor too, right? Because a lot of times, first-time home buyers, they don't know they need an inspector. They don't know anything about it. But your realtor goes over there, holds their hand, and shows them. And so that's why it's a big deal, really, to have that relationship with that realtor.
Yeah, which a great tip for realtors right now with all the lawsuit stuff going through and everything.
The non-rep stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I missed this.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's
he
hear
probably
it.
knows more than me. Yeah.
I don't know, man. So NAREP, the Association of Realtors in the U.S., got sued. There was like a class action lawsuit, right? It was about basically being more upfront with their commissions, which I've heard both things on it. It's like, well, it's always been there. It kind of goes back and forth, but that's really the thing, is to where the listing agent's not paying for the buyer, realtor's commission.
Stop hiding the numbers, just show the numbers black and white.
They have to sign off on stuff now, and
they have to be more upfront because it's not even discussed typically how that actually works unless you ask.
Okay.
But some brokerages too are really upfront with it, know what's going on. But if you're a first-time home buyer,
You're not going to know.
you don't know the process.
No.
You know.
But now that that's going through, it's going to be not necessarily harder to get clients, I don't think, but it's going to be way more important to show the value that they provide, right? So, like one thing that they can do is just like start touching base with their clients once a week. At the end of the week, say, hey, this is what we did this week. This is what I did. I scheduled this. Talked to this lender. Reached out. We saw this many homes. That way, they can show their value. Because even though
the realtors,
the realtors, because I mean, sometimes people are so good at their job they make it look easy, and they just need to learn how to communicate that so they can show their value. That
it doesn't help when realtors like taking pictures of going on vacation every couple weeks.
Yeah,
and then, working hard, But people don't see it like that. They're like, I'm paying you $6,000 for what? What am I?
Exactly.
Or
like,
more.
Yeah. Which is good. You need to show what you like, but you also need to provide that value along with it too.
Yeah,
or at
it's
least
just good business to do that.
Yeah.
So for a homeowner themselves, not the realtors, like, is that for that home inspection? So you think what would be the best tip for them going out? Like, you're buying a house. Besides calling you, is there something that they can kind of look at when they're like first walking into the house?
Yeah.
Do you have any like tips for them to be like, oh man, go look in the attic, see if there's insulation? I don't know.
Well, it depends on the listing if they're okay with you going into the attic and stuff. But
don't go in the attic; you'll fall through it. Don't do it.
That's funny. But no, I mean, when you're walking around the outside, just look for cracks in the walls. If you see a lot of them.
Like on the brick.
If it's a brick wall,
whatever.
Yeah. Our general rule of thumb, if it's bigger than a quarter of an inch, then it might be something where it would need like a structure company or a structural engineer to double check. But it's also our job to kind of check that. If you start seeing cracks, it doesn't mean there's a problem, because we're in Oklahoma. The type of soil that we have, it moves a lot. So there's a lot of settlement on homes, even on brand new homes. You see it on homes that are like 2 years old.
Yeah.
But if you start seeing a lot of cracks on the outside and then on the same wall on the inside, then that's when things start. You might start second guessing things, if the floors feel unlevel. But like crawl space houses where the houses are hollow on the inside or under them, it's normal to feel a little bit of unlevelness on the floors.
Right.
So it is normal, but I would say that peek your head under the sinks. If you see that the plumbing is starting to kind of corrode and oxidize, it might be something that'll pop up on the report. But don't nitpick homes when you're walking them. Find one that you like. If you have a good agent, they'll be able to educate you on probably a couple things because they work with inspectors and they kind of know what to keep an eye out for.
Sand and boots. If you have sand in your boots in the supplies,
oh yeah,
that's a big red flag. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. When you said boots, I was picturing like,
no, the supply boots in the ground.
Probably another good tip is leave dad or your father-in-law at home while they're doing their inspection, right? Because guarantee you, Gerardo's seen more houses and more things than probably what your dad has seen or whatever. So it's okay. Leave him at home. He's just going to get in the way and annoy people. Just leave him at home, please.
It happens. No, one thing I do ask my clients, and they're always really understanding, especially if I feel like there's going to be something like that situation happening, because you can usually feel it out before it happens, right? Yeah. But I always tell them, hey, we have a set process that we do. We have a certain area we're going to go to at every single point. If you have a question, yes, please ask me, but try not to take me from one side of the house to the other side of the house. Because, I've had it before where I was under the crawl space and someone asked me a question about like the roof, and he's like wanting to know right away. And I had given him the opportunity to do that, And so, yes, that can throw me off completely because I could be looking at something in the crawl space. I was about to take a picture that maybe, when he was talking to me, I forgot to take the photo, and then now it could possibly miss the report. So I try and nip that in the butt before it happens. But yeah,
It's probably the worst thing. It's like, they brought their dad.
it happens, but honestly, it makes the client comfortable. So I don't tell people not to. Now,
Is it usually the dad or the mom?
no, it's usually the dad.
Okay, I
yeah,
just
it's
wondered.
usually the dad. Yeah, sometimes it is the mom, but no, mainly the dad or
Mainly.
like the grandpa.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was like a.
My grandpa would have done the same thing, and it was no. Like,
Another big one is if they have like a contractor friend. Or like a family member,
Yeah.
they'll be like, I don't even need the inspection. I just need the termite inspection. I have a contractor friend that can look it over, which yes, they might know stuff, but they're not trained, and then sometimes they'll look at stuff where they're just trying to, even though they're family, they might just be trying to sell you on stuff that you don't even need. That way they can get a job.
Right.
So,
right. It's like your roofing contractor friend or whatever else.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'll do it.
Insurance is not bad up there.
Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
I don't know. You want protection, right? Like you need your home inspector for sure.
So, like, you've done all this wonderful stuff and built this business up. I know you have but you said you're really interested in like talking about business, right?
Yeah.
So, what got you onto that? Just because of how the process had brought you to it, or what kind of business are you starting to talk to? Like, just other realtors or more inspectors? What kind of business model are you trying to spit?
So I guess I should start by saying what my end game is. I think Tim knows.
Is this still
Yeah,
the astrophysicist?
Yeah. So I want to be a theoretical physicist at the end of the day.
Okay.
Main reason being, I've always been so intrigued by that sector, and I just want to make a difference in the world, and I feel like that's something that I could do. But I want to be able to do like my own like studies and have my own like places where I can do that and whatnot.
Right.
But in order to do that, I need to build the businesses and have the income, the capital to be able to do that. Right. So that's my end game. So in order to do that, I need to have pretty big businesses. Right. So that's what I'm trying to build. That's why I mentioned, having 100+ inspectors,
Right.
Big termite company and everything like that, because that's what I'll need to do to be able to get to where I want to be. And then, but thinking about all that, it's forced me to, educate myself in how to build a business properly and all that. Because, I've definitely made mistakes along the way, and I'm going to continue to make mistakes. But at least I have like a good, solid roadmap and game plan on how to get there, and I'll know when I'm messing up. Now, recently I went to a class that showed me kind of how to put all my jumbled up knowledge and kind of like
Organize it.
Organize it a lot more. So now I can define what's limiting me in my business, how to fix that, and move on from there to the next most important topic. Because at the end of the day, a successful business is a business that you can sell. Right. So
that is a solid point. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to look at everything from an investor's perspective when running the business.
Right.
So if this would make sense from someone, if I were to buy my business, what would I fix? Pretty much is what I try and do. So
now, since we brought the theoretical, I don't know why I said astrophysicist, but theoretical physicist, did you listen to the Terrence Crawford
I'm in the middle of listening to it right now. That's crazy.
Because I'm too dumb to really understand like what they're actually talking about. And I sat through the whole thing in one setting and listened to it. But like I said, I'm way too dumb to really understand what they're saying. So
see, I'm weird. Like I said, I'm halfway through it. I have to understand it all. So I'll if I don't understand something they're talking about, I'll pause it and rewind it and look it up.
Okay.
But no, it's super intriguing. It's really cool. That's like the type of stuff that I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what fills you up.
Yeah.
You have that end game. I know, like, you do anything exciting besides just work, or
That's what's exciting to me.
okay,
and
vlogging.
Yeah, well, that comes with it. Yeah,
vlogging.
I do like the social media aspect. I mean, my background is I used to be a musician, a rapper. Tim knows, but I'm not going to tell anybody my name. but while doing that, I was able to. I've always been kind of an artsy person, so I just like doing that. It kind of fulfills that part of me. Doing the videos and stuff. Yeah.
So, I mean, right now, vlogging, which way are you headed with it? Are you doing business side? Are you doing your termite side?
So the vlog
just
part,
just you in general, because there's so many ways to go. Like we talk about all the time, like Jessica have her own podcast or not a podcast, vision.
YouTube.
We have the podcast right now, but reality is like there's so many avenues. What makes you feel more? Where's your heart right now, more or less?
Me, like I was telling you, just anything business related. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
So just whatever fulfills that is what I'm going through. So right now, yes, the vlogs are cool, but I don't talk too much about business there. I just kind of show what I'm doing, which is like the active work.
Day to day.
Yeah. But like I like doing like the short videos, like the 2-3 minute me talking about like a business topic, and
Right.
like kind of like what we're doing right now.
Right now.
And those have had a lot of good retention and value. Because I mean, if you think about it, that's who my demographic is, realtors, and they have their own businesses. So it only makes sense, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but also I'm trying to do more, and because I mean, the really successful marketing people put out 50 to 100 videos every week, and through different platforms.
Oh yeah.
But that's what you got to eventually get up to too. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I also want to make that be a big part of my business, is the marketing and the social media aspect of that.
I mean,
So,
it's for us as an HVAC company and plumbing company and Generac, we just throw them all out there. Why not? Anyway, but like to make that jump to like our marketing team, that we have somebody that does the videography, does more content with Tim. But we didn't even know we needed it, and then we have it, and it's like, okay, look at what keeps coming from that.
Yeah.
And I think that's on the same path you are. It's like you're starting to vlog, and you're like, wait, I'd like to vlog more, but I can't because the hours it takes me to edit that to make it clean, and you could be doing so much more if you had some help. And I think you're the right path. I mean, I think just your mindset is to grow, and I think that's super inspiring for me. I'm super proud of you, man. It's awesome.
Do you think marketing a service versus marketing a product is harder?
no.
No? Okay.
I feel people ask me actually kind of similar question, like if they thought if I needed to start another business, do I think I'd be just as good at it or just as successful? I think and kind of the same thing with that, like product or service. The service is the product. Product. I mean, if it's a good enough product, you sell it the same way as a service, pretty much. But now scaling it can be a completely different question, because you can scale a product a little bit depending on what the product is, right? You can scale that way quicker than an actual service, because a service you need physical people doing it for the most part, but it also depends on the service. But yeah, I think ideally it's the same thing. You just need to know who you're talking to and how to get their attention. But the way to do that is give value. Don't try and hold value back.
No,
and just give away all the stuff and don't.
I think it's smart, because we were doing the same thing. We had all these service plans and all these things, and it's like, all right, let's just get down to the root of what I want to do.
Yeah,
and we want to do this, but everybody, you have 1,000 people out there that are doing the same thing you are. How can we bring that same value and tell them, or let them know what that value is?
Yeah,
and that's what you're doing. You're showing them, hey, I'm giving you all this because I know it's going to help you when you move in.
Yeah.
6 months from you move in.
Yeah, they're
relying from you move in.
Yeah, they're relying on us on being a professionals, but I don't know, man. It's you're right. That's the whole point of the reason why I'm changing the packaging stuff right now.
It's spot on, man. Yeah. But at the end of the day, thank you for coming. You are amazing. I wish you all the best. I hope I'm glad our paths have crossed, but man, you're the best, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.